What's up, guys? So looks like we got another UFC coming up here. As you guys can see right here, we got the UFC 205 card, Alvarez versus McGregor, obviously the main event, and it's this Saturday. So yeah, coming up in what, like 2 days. So yeah, it should be a pretty good main event. But let's go ahead and get started here, guys, with the Fight Pass prelims. And of course, as always, I'm gonna be giving you guys my picks slash predictions with some fight analysis on these fights, and overall just try to give you guys my pick pretty much. So let's go ahead and get started here. First fight of the night on this UFC stacked 205 card, we got Liz Carmouche against Katlyn Chookagian. So we got two bantamweight fighters. Carmouche, obviously the veteran here. Katlyn Chookagian's coming off a win against Lauren Murphy, who's a pretty tough fighter. Let's go ahead and check out their pages really quick. So I'm gonna try to do this video, not fast, but try to get it out of the park. Just try to give you guys enough info and make my picks, cause I know you guys, they want to hear a really long video. Anyways, so here's her page: strength, takedowns, ground and pound. Here's her summary. Her last fight and last win was against Lauren Murphy, who is also Chookagian's last win. Now I kind of remember watching this fight. Seemed pretty even. I think some people might have even given it to Lauren Murphy. As you can see, she has more strikes, identical takedowns, but Carmouche has a pass on there. So yeah, I remember that fight, and I think some people wanted to give it to Murphy or something like that. But anyways, it wasn't like Carmouche straight up dominated the whole fight or anything like that. Here's some info on her. And yeah, before that she lost to Miesha Tate. So yeah, Carmouche here hasn't been very active, so a lot of people have really forgotten about her. Now let's go ahead and go on to Katlyn Chookagian, up and comer here. Record is 8-0. Summary is boxing BJJ. Only 27 years old compared to Carmouche at 32. And like I said, her last fight and last win was against Lauren Murphy, which is also her UFC debut. So she made her debut against a tough veteran in Lauren Murphy and was actually able to beat her. And from what I remember, Chookagian here was coming in on short notice also. So at least I think so. So yeah, the way she was able to take out a veteran was impressive. She was able to get the win. She won by decision, but I thought she looked really good, especially in that first round, utilizing a lot of footwork. Looks like a really good striker. Looks like she really likes her boxing. Really throws the jab out there. Will also attack with leg kicks. But yeah, I really like her hands. She has some fast hands. And yeah, it looks like she also has some good take on the fence. Murphy only got one takedown on her. And also, as you can see right here, we got a BJJ background. And there we go right there, guys. As I scroll down, 7-0 as amateur, PA Golden Gloves, Renzo Gracie brown belt in BJJ. So obviously this girl has some good jiu-jitsu also. So overall she's very well rounded, and it should be a pretty good fight against Carmouche. So yeah, that's all I got to say about those two fighters. So for my pick, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and go with Katlyn Chookagian. First of all, she's the up and comer. She beat a tough opponent in Lauren Murphy. Carmouche also beat her, but like I said, it was kind of a close fight. Whereas I thought Katlyn for sure won the fight against Lauren Murphy. Also, like I said, Carmouche has been very inactive. And I think if Katlyn could just avoid the takedowns from Carmouche, just use her footwork, should be able to win this fight pretty much by decision, guys. I think she's going to just outstrike her on the feet, use her footwork, avoid takedowns. If it goes to the ground, use her BJJ to maybe threaten with a submission, or just find a way back up on the feet where she's comfortable and just unload some combinations. To be honest, I kind of think Katlyn here is kind of like another version of Holly Holm. Just when I was seeing her strike, obviously she's not as high level as Holly Holm, and also she has a BJJ background in which Holm doesn't. But like I said, Chookagian here looked pretty good on the feet. Like I said, similar to Holly Holm, but not as good. But also she has that BJJ background. So I guess I'm going Katlyn Chookagian here to win by decision. Moving on to the next fight, we got Jim Miller against Thiago Alves. Alves here, obviously a former 170 pounder. Now he's coming out. He's coming down to 155, where actually I think he should have been, here all along. He's not really a huge welterweight, or not anymore anyway. He's not tall for the weight class or anything like that. Obviously he's fighting against Jim Miller here. Here's his Elvis's page real quick. As you can see, he's only 5'9", so he wasn't like a huge welterweight. All the new welterweights nowadays are like 6 foot tall and higher. So yeah, well, pretty much what he was saying is he's giving up a lot of reach, and he wanted to get down to a lightweight where he thinks he should have been his whole career. At least that's what I heard in an interview I was watching. Anyways, here's Jim Miller's page. We already know what this guy does. He's good on the ground. His striking's not bad. Wrestling's okay. Or yeah, you know what? I'll say his wrestling's good. Anyways, he's really, he really favors the ground game though. On the feet, his last fight against Joe Lozon, pretty much was on the feet a lot. Or when it went to the ground, it was Joe Lozon actually getting those takedowns. And as you can see, Miller landed way more significant strikes, but Lozon had the takedowns. And a lot of people thought Lozon won the fight, and so did I. I thought Lozon should have won the fight, but they gave it to Miller. I guess they just really like the activity on the feet. Now, yeah, you can't really sleep on Miller's striking, man. It's not super good, but it's it'll work. He'll be able to get it done on the feet. Let's see what he thinks about Thiago Alves. Yep. But before that, he got a first round knockout against Gomi on the ground. I mean, Gomi's really on the downslide now, so not too much of an impressive win. Before that, he lost to Diego Sanchez. Yeah. So let's go ahead and go on to Alvarez's page really quick. He's had kind of a long layoff, about a year, a little bit, actually more than a year. But yeah, it was against Carlos Conde was his last fight, and yeah, he was off for a while because he was obviously trying to get down to 155. But at the same time, he was acclimating his body and whatnot. But at the same time, obviously, he had an injury in that Conde fight. Conde really fucked up his face pretty much. But yeah, I thought Alves didn't look too bad in the first round against Conde. He was landing good kicks and whatnot. But once Carlos caught him with that nasty elbow, it was pretty much over after that. But yeah, this guy is obviously a really good striker. Excellent jiu-jitsu, and obviously his striking is a multi. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with Thiago Alves, guys. So the reason I'm going with Thiago Alves here is, well, he's coming down a weight class, so he's gonna have a lot more power. I think his jiu-jitsu, well, it isn't, I would say, super high level, but it's usable here. But at the same time, his takedown defense should be a lot better here on the feet. He's just gonna have the strength and the power, of a 170 pounder, but this time at 155. And Miller's a tough guy and whatnot, but some of these wins here, like against Joe Lozon, I thought he should have lost that fight. And I mean, if you see the rest of his record, he hasn't been doing too good in the UFC recently. So yeah, I think Miller here will. I want to say he might get TKO'd here, but you never know. But I just really see Jim Miller losing this fight. And I see Alves coming into this 155-pound division, making some noise, finishing Miller, obviously to get people's attention. And yeah, I think it should be a pretty good fight. I don't think Miller's gonna be able to take him down that easily. So if it stays on the feet, it's gonna be Alves all day, guys. Obviously, we're gonna have to see how the weight cut affects him, but if he looks really good, especially in that first round, man, but he's gonna do a lot of damage. He has excellent kicks, and like I said, just a really good overall striker. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Thiago Alves to get the win here, guys. And I kind of do see a finish here, so I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be a second round knockout. So Thiago Alves, second round knockout. And to recap here, like I said, I'm going Chukagian by decision. And of course, again, Thiago Alves by second round knockout. Alright, guys, so that's it for the Fight Pass Prelims picks. Yeah, they only have 2 fights here. It kind of sucks, but they did lose that one fight. Not the Romero fight. They lost the Kennedy versus Evans fight. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think about. My picks. I know some of you guys might probably pick Miller and Carmouche instead of my picks, but anyways, that's gonna be it, guys. Like I said, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one.